Let's talk about something that might sound a little wild at first. Paying your bills in 2025 without money. Now, I know what you're thinking. How is that even possible? Bills don't magically disappear, and landlords don't take IOUs. But here's the truth. We're living in a time of rapid change, and the way we think about earning, trading, and surviving is evolving right along with it. So, if you're feeling crushed under the weight of bills and struggling to make ends meet, stick around, because today we're diving into creative, out-of-the-box strategies that can help you keep the lights on and the rent paid, even when your bank account says zero. And no, this isn't about living off the grid or some pie-in-the-sky fantasy. It's about using resources you already have, leveraging modern technology, and thinking differently about value in today's world. The old system is breaking down. Before we dive into the how, let's take a quick look at why this is even possible. The traditional 9-to-5 paycheck system, where you exchange your time for money and use that money to cover expenses, has been the default for generations. But let's be real, it's not working for everyone. Inflation keeps climbing, wages haven't kept up, and the cost of living feels like it's on a never-ending roller coaster heading straight up. But here's the silver lining. While the old system might be breaking down, it's giving way to something new. We're seeing an explosion of alternative economies. Think the sharing economy, barter systems, crypto, and even skill-based trade. Value isn't always tied to cash anymore. Sometimes value comes from knowledge, skills, time, or even social connections. You have more value than you realize. Let's get one thing straight. Even if you're broke, you're not powerless. You have resources, probably more than you realize. Whether it's a skill you've mastered, time you can dedicate, or even things you already own, there's always something you can leverage. The trick is learning to see your own potential in a different light. For example, maybe you're amazing at fixing things around the house. Maybe you have a knack for cooking, writing, or designing. Or maybe you've just got an extra room, an unused tool, or even an old smartphone lying around. In the right context, any of these things can be traded or monetized. And that's the first shift we need to make. Stop thinking in terms of, I have no money, and start thinking in terms of, what value can I offer? Strategy 1. The art of bartering. In the digital age, bartering has been around since the dawn of time, but in 2025, it's been supercharged by technology. Apps and platforms like Buns, Craigslist, or even community Facebook groups have made it easier than ever to swap goods and services with others. Here's an example. Let's say you're a graphic designer, but you're short on cash for groceries. You can offer your design services in exchange for a gift card or even a direct trade for food. Platforms like Fiverr or Upwork allow you to find clients quickly, and even micro-gigs can lead to barter opportunities. The key here is to get creative and think about what others might need that you can provide. It could be tutoring, babysitting, or even helping someone assemble IKEA furniture. And in return, you get the goods or services you need to cover your own bills. Strategy 2. Leveraging the sharing economy. If you've got something you're not using, like a car, a spare bedroom, or even just some extra tools, you can use it to generate value without spending a dime. Platforms like Turo, Airbnb, or Fat Llama allow you to rent out your belongings to others. For example, if you have a car but don't use it every day, you can rent it out on Turo and earn enough to cover your car payment. If you've got a spare room, even for a short period, Airbnb can turn it into a source of income. And if you've got specialized tools or equipment, sites like Fat Llama can connect you with people who need to borrow them. These platforms work because they tap into the principle of underutilized assets. Even if you feel like you don't have much, chances are you own something that someone else is willing to pay for. Strategy 3. Skill monetization. Without cash. If you've got a skill, you've got power. And the best part is, you don't always need to convert that skill into cash to pay your bills. Sometimes, you can skip the middleman entirely by directly exchanging your skills for what you need. Let's say you're a hairdresser. Instead of charging your neighbor money for a haircut, you could trade your services for something they have, like childcare, home-cooked meals, or even help with errands. If you're tech-savvy, you could offer to set up someone's computer or fix their phone in exchange for their assistance with another task. This isn't just a random idea. It's a real strategy that people are using right now to survive and thrive without a steady income. The secret is networking. Let people in your community know what you can do, and don't be afraid to ask for what you need in return. Strategy 4. Tap into assistance programs. Sometimes, getting by without money means being resourceful about tapping into existing systems. In 2025, there are more programs than ever designed to help people cover essential expenses. From government assistance to nonprofit organizations, there are plenty of ways to get a leg up when times are tough. Food banks, utility assistance programs, and housing grants are lifesavers when money is tight. But here's the thing, you've got to do the research and apply. Many people don't take advantage of these resources simply because they don't know they exist. And don't overlook community resources. Many neighborhoods have mutual aid networks where people help each other out directly. These systems often operate outside of traditional cash economies, making them perfect for those who need support without spending money. Strategy 5. Digital hustles that don't require startup costs. The internet is a goldmine for opportunities to earn without upfront investment. If you've got a smartphone or a laptop, you can start a side hustle with virtually no money. Take online marketplaces like Facebook Marketplace or eBay, for example. You can sell things you no longer need, whether it's clothes, electronics, or furniture. Or consider flipping items. Find free or cheap items online, spruce them up, and resell them for a profit. If selling isn't your thing, you could dive into the world of content creation. Platforms like YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram allow you to build an audience and monetize through ads, sponsorships, or affiliate marketing. Sure, it takes time to grow, but many creators started with nothing more than a smartphone and a good idea. The mindset shift. Here's the kicker. None of these strategies will work if you're stuck in a mindset of defeat. To thrive without money, you need to embrace a mindset of creativity, resilience, and abundance. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you can create, offer, or trade. This isn't just about survival, it's about empowerment. When you realize that money is just one form of value and not the only one, you'll start to see opportunities everywhere. Actionable steps to start today. Make an inventory of resources. Sit down and list everything you have to offer: skills, possessions, time, connections. You might be surprised at how much value you already have. Explore barter and sharing platforms. Download apps like Buns, Turo, or Airbnb, and start exploring opportunities to trade or rent out what you don't use. Network with your community. Let people know what you can offer and what you need. You'd be amazed at how willing people are to help when you're honest and proactive. Research local resources. Look into assistance programs, food banks, and mutual aid networks in your area. These can be a lifeline when you're struggling. Leverage the internet. Whether it's selling items, offering freelance services, or starting a content channel, there are endless ways to generate value online. Conclusion. Redefine what's possible. Paying your bills without money in 2025 might sound like a pipe dream, but it's not. It's a new way of thinking about survival and success in a rapidly changing world. The traditional cash economy might still dominate, but alternative economies are growing stronger every day. So, the next time you're staring at a pile of bills and an empty wallet, remember this: you're not out of options. You're just at the beginning of a new journey. And with the right mindset, creativity, and determination, you can find a way forward that works for you, no matter what the numbers in your bank account say.